Breaking news coming in. One devotee has died of suffocation during the Rath Yatra in Puri. Some others have also, faced injuries, is what we're being told. Many are critically injured. In fact, there are huge crowds, as you can see in those visuals as well. And tragically, one person has died of suffocation, and this happened during the Rath Yatra in Puri. My colleague Saurabh Gupta is now joining us live. So, Saurabh, what more details do you have? One person has died. Is the death toll expected to go up? A stampede-like situation. Visuals we've seen in the past as well from Puri.
Well, firstly, it's not a stampede-like situation. That's something that the district collector has clarified. What happens here is that there are huge crowds, and they are separated through barricades, and often right through the morning, in fact, we've reported how there are people who suffer from suffocation or who faint, and sometimes that can turn fatal, which it has in this case. The collector of Puri has categorically said this is not a stampede-like situation, but while the Rath of Lord Balabhadra was being pulled, a few people fell, and also there was suffocation. One of them has died due to suffocation, is what they say. Throughout the day, we've been reporting on how the crowds were being managed, and in some cases we saw even in the morning visuals where people had to be rushed to for medical help. They had to be carried away in stretchers and rushed to hospital in ambulances. We showed that in the day as well. Remember, this is a huge festival. About 5 to 6 lakh people congregate all around the Baradanda, which is the road that leads to the Puri Jagannath temple. And this time around, there was the expectation that some of that crowd would be broken across 2 days, because the Rath Yatra festival spills over into 2 days. But what has happened is also that today there was a huge crowd. In fact, at several times, even we, while reporting, did feel a certain amount of, unease because of the kind of hot weather conditions, and also the crowd. It was completely jam-packed. But there are barricades, there are crowd management situations, and those who needed medical attention have been given that medical attention and been rushed to hospital. But the collector of Puri has categorically clarified that it's not a stampede-like situation. One person has died due to suffocation. There were several others during the day who had to be taken from those various points where they were, stationary as the Rath was about to pass. And this is, of course, like I said, 5 to 6 lakh people congregate. And in fact, we could perhaps try the collector of Puri for the latest update on this and try and get in a word officially as to what exactly has happened in this incident.
We'll try and get in a word from him as well. But, these visuals are scary in the sense that while, of course, the local administration says it's not a stampede-like situation, but given the fact that we've seen a situation like this in Hathras, what are the kind of crowd control measures that the authorities are taking? Because there's a huge crowds that have turned up for the Yatra.
Every year, there are very huge crowds here in Puri. This is, remember, just like you have Kumbh, or you have Ganga Sagar, or you have all these religious congregations across India. These are large religious congregations that take place with huge crowds coming to these places. Now, what happens, and what we've been told, is that as a result, because they expect such, cases where somebody who's aged or somebody who might require medical help, there are ambulances kept on standby, there are medical practitioners kept on standby, and also, water sprinklers, for example. We've seen that throughout the day so that people don't suffer heat strokes. There are water sprinklers that go around sprinkling water on people. So there are measures, and we've reported on all of that throughout the day. But obviously, what has happened here is that one person has died, several others are injured. Even when we were reporting earlier in the day, we saw people being taken to hospital, people being taken away in stretchers, people being taken away in ambulance. That's part of the drill here when you manage such a huge congregation. But obviously, the Puri administration had said that they had made arrangements to ensure that they can provide safety and security to all devotees who were coming here for the Rath Yatra. And at this point, though, unfortunately, one person has died, and several people, in fact, while reporting the entire day, I have seen at least every hour, at least 5 to 10 people being taken away in stretchers because they were uncomfortable because of the heat, something that we reported earlier in the day as well.
Reporting from very close to the Yatra spot as well. These are huge crowds that Puri has witnessed in the past as well, but tragically one person has died. But that will take a short break now. But